So why is Janet Hubert, aka Aunt Viv 1.0, the Dark One, still so mad and pressed about the fact that she got fired? That was over 20 years ago. You were fired for a reason, and seeing as how this is how you're acting now, I can only imagine how you were acting then, and I see why they fired you. Now, she has taken every opportunity, every time she's on TV or interviewed, which is not often, she mentions the fact that she's feuding with Will Smith. Now, a feud takes two people. I don't think he cares. So I really think it's just you being mad and pressed because you were fired 20 years later. So she's always mentioning how she was treated so horribly in her famous quote, "If you want me to kiss your ass, you better put it in my contract." And how they just didn't treat her right because she was a classically trained actress. She studied at Juilliard, blah, blah, blah. That's nice. However, you're irrelevant. Now, I understand. I'm not biased in my opinion. The light-skinned Aunt Viv, Daphne Maxwell Reid, fun fact, wife of Tim Reid. He played Ray on Sister Sister. Just a little fun fact for you. She was not as good as the first Aunt Viv. She was boring. She had no personality. Her purpose was just to fill in the slide and walk in and say, "Hi, Phil. Bye, Phil." And then that was it. Now, the first Aunt Viv had personality. She had style. She had flair. But, you know, the actress who played it was crazy as hell. So, you know, it was not Fresh Aunt of Belair, as Aisha Tyler pointed out. So she was mad because the show was not all about her. Now, she got her features. There was an episode where she was doing the little ballet dance. There was an episode where she was in the mall singing Tina Turner. So she got lots of screen time. And, you know, she was giving us everything with her bouffants and her suits and scarves. So it's not like she was just thrown off to the side. But what more did she want? Anyway, she came from Wendy Williams. She called her Wendell and Wiggy and all this other stuff. Now, Wendy Williams is messy as hell. And when Tatiana Ali, who was Ashley on Fresh Prince, was on the show, she did bring up the Janet Hubert thing. So, I understand that, you know, Wendy's being messy because that's what she does. And that pissed you off. However, your response was way over the top of what she said. And if you're just so classy as fuck as you act like you are, why are you replying in such a manner? Not only does she respond to every little thing that anybody says, which also was a sign of being pressed, and she'll probably respond to this too, shit, she's so pressed, but you respond in such an immature way, like calling people names, and then you're just on your high horse and sedity as shit, like nobody can tell you anything, and you have the people on your Facebook friends list, which I'm on your Facebook because you say some funny shit. Everything you post is about how you hate something, or you're ranting, or people need to do stuff right and you're right and they're wrong. It's ridiculous. But she just wants to be seen. She wants to be heard because no one really features her. So many people don't even know who she is or don't care who she is. And she just wants to be in the news. And she's getting her wish. She was interviewed for a Mother's Day about TV moms or whatever. And of course, she took that opportunity to talk about the damn Will Smith thing. Every fucking time, the few times she gets to be on TV, she wastes the whole time talking about this shit. Will Smith don't give a damn about you. Why are you so worried about him? I think she's really mad that he's so powerful and successful now in Hollywood. I bet she would live if he was a nobody. But she gonna say on the interview, "No one is suffering except for my children and his children. We need to make amends." Oh, now you want some cheese. After all these years saying how you want to do him, now you want to be all in his face. Talking about your children are suffering. Isn't your son grown? If memory serves correct, Aunt Viv got pregnant in the 3rd season, which would have been like, what? Like 1992, 93 or something like that. So your son is grown. I don't think he gives a shit. Willow Smith and Jaden Smith, they don't even know who you are, probably. And even if they do, they don't care about you. You think Willow was over there whipping her hair like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that Janet Hubert and my daddy don't get along." I don't think she cares. I really don't. And I'm pretty sure Jaden doesn't care either. Even though he always looks sad in every picture, I don't think that's because of you. So, they talked about this on The Talk. And Aisha Tyler, she was very nice about it. She was just saying, you know, she needs to move on in reference to Janet. And Sharon was the one that was coming for her. But Janet Hubert posted on her freaking Facebook page. I guess she can't afford a, you know, a GoDaddy website, so she has to only post on Facebook. And she posted on Aisha's Facebook. And she was talking about her. She called her. She said, "Yo, weave woman." What the fuck, Janet Hubert? Really? Yo, weave woman? It's not a weave, first of all. And second of all, what are you doing? What is this? What's happening? What are you trying to do here? Are you just... What? I don't understand. I don't understand. What are you doing? Like, to talk to her like that, it just shows how ignorant and pathetic and sad you are and pressed that nobody cares about you. Now you're just a joke. You're really a joke because you are just a media whore that wants any little bit of attention that you can get, even if it's bad attention. That's not a good look. It's really not. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Janet Hubert sex tape that comes out just so your name could be out in the news. So she attacked her and she was like, "You're not even funny and you are a replacement and you can be replaced too. Remember how you got this job, blah, blah, blah." Now, I will say it is true. Aisha Tyler did replace Holly Robinson Pete on The Talk, who was fired, like Aunt Viv was, and Cheryl Underwood replaced Leah Remini, who was also fired. But that ain't got shit to do with anything. That's the business. That's TV. That's what happens. And I'm surprised they even read that part because since they kicked Leah and Holly off the show, they have not even mentioned the fact that they were fired or ever even existed. At least on The View, when somebody gets kicked off or whatever, Barbara will announce it or something. They ain't saying shit. But anyway, that's besides the point. So yes, they did replace them, but what does that got to do with anything? People get fired all the time, especially on an ensemble show, especially on a talk show. Everybody can't stay forever. Like I said on The View, that's been on 16 years. Tons of people have come and gone. That's just life. So I don't know what you were trying to get at, that what she's going to get fired next. I'm sure whatever reasons they were fired for, they had their reasons. It's not just we're going to fire everybody. I don't think that's what it is. Unless they start acting crazy as fuck like you, they're not going to get fired. So, you also were saying how she's not funny or whatever. Now, she doesn't always, you know, really give me my kikis. Her brand of humor isn't really mine. It's more, you know, for weak people. But, obviously somebody thinks she's funny because she's on The Talk. She was the host of Talk Soup. She does the voice for Lana on Archer. She's always hosting stuff in like the New Now Next Awards. She's all over the place. So obviously a lot of people think she's funny. If you're not one of them, that's really, you know, irrelevant. But Sharon is the one who really came for you. But I noticed you did not say shit about Sharon because you knew Sharon would read you down. You know Sharon Osbourne does not play. Sharon will read you for filth. And you knew that. You knew that. That's why you ain't say a damn thing about what Sharon said about you, because Sharon don't even know who the hell you are. But Aisha, you came for her because she's nice and respectable, you know, nice lady. So even when she responded on the show, she was like, you know, it's unfortunate that you feel this way, and I'm not going to talk about you like you talk about me, blah, blah, blah. Now, Sharon Underwood, my girl.
There was a guy at, let me make sure I got this right, Barrett TV. There's a guy at Barrett TV.
She ain't respectable. She was going in on your ass, and it was hilarious. And I would dare you to say something about Cheryl. And I know you're not, because I saw on your Facebook, you're like, "Oh, well, Aisha wants a war, and I'm not giving it to her. I'm more than this." She don't want a war. She doesn't care about you. You don't want a war with Cheryl Underwood. That's why you're trying to end it, because you know Cheryl Underwood is ghetto, and we'll talk about you and cuss you out. That's why we love Cheryl Underwood. She's the best ever. Like, I got everything I needed and more today from The Talk. That was just, I could have just turned the TV off. I could have thrown out the window. That was all I ever really needed to see. But Cheryl was like, "You don't come in Aisha's head like that. You gonna meet me outside in the parking lot?" Like, Cheryl was going in. And if you saw that, you were probably scared as hell, and you were like, "Oh shit, what have I done?" But as she said, they sitting at the table with the big dog, aka Julie Chen. And I don't think that anybody really think about you or that your word is really gonna do anything. But why do you think you just talk about people? And on your fucking Facebook, you said, "Oh, they talk about people for a living." What the fuck do you do but talk about other people? And then you say they hide behind the TV. They ain't hide. You ain't hiding behind shit with your Facebook. If you want to be something, then come on up and see Cheryl Underwood up at The Talk. She will handle your ass if you want to see something. See, that's why nobody wants to work with you. That's why you can't get a job, is because you crazy as hell. You're worse than Lindsay Lohan. At least she's somewhat relevant. The only thing I can think of seeing you on, besides The Fresh Prince, was you were Wanda's mom on The Bernie Mac Show, and you were Ella's sister on House of Pain. Ooh, impressive resume you've got there. I just can't with you, Janet Hubert, and obviously nobody's thinking about you, and you're mad about that, and the only way to make them think of you is to go and have your shenanigans and antics on the internet, grasping at features. But even, you were even tweeting rude things to the show on your Twitter. When you have like fucking 40 followers, that shows nobody cares about you. You're not even verified. Psh. But I mean, I have more damn followers than you. Cheryl Underwood and Aisha Tyler, we're not going to talk about how many followers they have. And of course, Cheryl's following me because we're best friends. We're like this. And then, you're talking about Wendy Williams. And Wendy and I have our own thing going on that I'm not going to get into right now because this isn't about that. But even she's following me. Who's following you, though? Nobody. But you're sad, you're pressed, you're obsessed with the fact that you were fired from this show years ago. I mean, damn, do you see Valerie Harper going on about the fact that Sandy Duncan replaced her on her show? No! It's just really sad that this will always be attached to you. This is the only thing people ever remember about you. This erases any good things anybody could have had to say about your acting and all that. I mean, you obviously are a great actress because you acted like you were normal, when obviously you're not. You have a mental problem. I'm no doctor, but you act like you got something wrong with you. You need to be diagnosed with something. I don't know what's going on, but, child. That being said, everybody should tweet Janet Hubert or add her on Facebook if you want to see her foolishness. And Janet Hubert, if you want to come for me, I mean, feel free, because, me and Cheryl will both be waiting for you. How you doing? Yo, weave woman.